Cheers, VC. How's everybody doing out there? It's been quite a while since I've been on here. It's been kind of busy. Just haven't had a chance to make a video. But finally, after probably a couple months, I've accumulated quite a bit. So there's a lot to see, a lot to show you guys. Tell me what you guys think. Cheers. Haven't been feeling too good lately, so drinking a lot of tea and honey. Alright, where to start? I guess I'll just start with some stuff I found locally here. We'll get it going quicker. Been looking for some Journey lately. Found this used bin at a local place. This is Captured. Had no idea this is a live album when I bought it. It's a 2 LP live album. It's in really good shape. It's got a poster in it, so that's pretty cool, right? Been trying to get more Journey. You know, not that easy to find in good shape. Went down to Memphis, Tennessee. Went to a little record store there in the Cooper Young neighborhood. I don't remember the name of the record store, but really cool place. Prices were reasonable. Had some really good stuff like this. Not the Hooples, the Hoople. Love that cover, right? That is just killer, man. What's the label on this? Mott was on Columbia, yeah. So I just love that cover. Just an iconic cover. The Hoople. And this one's getting harder and harder to find. I've never seen it around here. I've seen it maybe a couple times in a while. It's always in bad shape. So it's a good one. I'm really happy about that. Next one I found in Memphis. Another band that I'm looking for the rest of their stuff. AC/DC. Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap. Great record. Bon Scott. You know, there's a song called Big Balls on this record. And you know what it's about? A guy with big balls. Great record. Play this loudly. In amazing condition, too. Again, AC/DC, a band you don't see in good shape. I usually don't, so Atlantic label. Really nice. I'm starting to get really picky with my condition, so I really won't buy something unless it's in real nice shape. I don't know if that makes me a snob or I don't know. I'm getting picky. Next one in Memphis, Queen's self-titled record. This is a really good one too. I've been listening to this quite a bit. You know, gotta have your Queen, right? Didn't have that little ring wear on it. Other than that, record's in nice shape. Next one, this one locally in Nashville, Green River. Didn't have this. Creedence, Essential again. Essential Creedence, amazing condition. Look at that. I mean, really nice. Really happy with that one. Going quick here. This one I'm really happy about because my two copies were terrible. And it's Let It Be. You know, iconic record, Beatles. This is an original pressing. And this is the nicest copy I've ever seen. It's like, it just came off the shelf. Look at that gatefold, you know. Beautiful gatefold. Let It Be. Original. Red apple. Really, really nice copy. So I was really happy about this. Anytime I see a Beatles record, you know, in really good shape, I'm probably going to buy it, even if I have it. Because they're getting harder to find, you know. And this is one of my favorite Beatles records, so I was really happy when I saw this. And it's amazing what you pay for these nowadays, you know. This, in the year 2000, would have been like, what, $5? I could find this at a garage sale, you know, or even record stores. They were under $10, and now, you know, I paid almost $20 for this. But I'm really happy that I have it. Really nice find. On to the next. This is kind of cool. It's Who Are You? And it's kind of unusual. I didn't know this existed. It's a little bit split. But check it out. It's red. It's clear red vinyl. Who Are You? By The Who. But the jacket's split a little bit, but I had a little trouble getting it back in there. But record, you know, and clear records, it's kind of hard to tell if they're in really good shape, so I guess we'll find out. I still haven't spun this one, so having some issues getting it back in there. Having some serious issues with this one, whatever. It's cool though. Red vinyl, you know. This one I believe was the last record with the bass, or with Keith Moon, I believe. Not to be taken away, kind of cool. And then after this record, he's never there anymore. This is cool. T-Rex's Electric Warrior original press. Love this, man. Just great record. Awesome 70s rock, reprise label. I'm a real big 70s glam, just sloppy rock and roll. I love that era. Just something about it. Just cool and just over the top. But this record is kind of like one of those musts. If you love 70s rock and roll, glam rock, T-Rex's Electric Warrior, man. More stuff. This is kind of crazy. It's a Creedence Time Life 2 LP set. And they had a bunch of these Time Life sets out from the 60s. And this is the only one that covered a specific band. And I was like, gosh, Creedence, I've never seen this. This is weird. So, it's got everything on it. All original Creedence. Really cool, mint condition. Couldn't say no. This is cool, you know. You got Sly, greatest hits. I love this stuff too, you know, funky, rock and roll-ish, R&B, kind of mixes a few genres. But I love Sly, and I love the back cover art there. That's really cool. I like the front cover art too. Really nice. Try to go quick here. This is a newer band that I really like, kind of Springsteen-esque, a little more punk rock than Springsteen. A band called the Gaslight Anthem. If you like Springsteen and you like punk rock, it's kind of a little bit of those two. And this is just a really cool record. I recommend all their stuff, especially their more recent releases. They're a little more accessible. I'd say, you know, this one, Handwritten, and American Slang, start there maybe. Actually, you'd start with, what's the record before that? 59 Sound. That's a great one to start with too, any of those three. But just some really cool stuff on here. Good rock and roll. It's clear blue. Let's see if we can get that out. It's too much work to get out. We're not going to do that right now. But cool record. Great band. I love that band. So if you have a chance, check them out. This is another band, you know, kind of Springsteen-esque, drunken, sloppy rock and roll. This is not their most recent record, but one back. They're called the Hold Steady. That's 2 records ago, actually. Called the Hold Steady. This is Stay Positive. And this one I found in my neighborhood record store, actually. It's a 2 LP set. This is one that goes for upwards of $35-40 online. I found it for less than 20 in my record store. I was super happy. It looked like it never been played. It's great. I love this band. It's one of those moments you go in the record store and you're like, oh my gosh, I found what I've been looking for all those times going. It's finally there. You know, it's one I've been looking for, so really happy. And then this is their newest record, Hold Steady. It's called Teeth Dreams. And this is kind of special because I think they only pressed 1,000 of these, and I was able to get the pre-order in before everybody else. And it's gold vinyl, and it's really pretty. I don't know if we can see that. Let's see if we can take one out. It's more yellowy, not really gold. They call that gold. It's kind of splattery too. But I really like the packaging on this, kind of the gold foil look. It's really neat. This record's pretty cool. I've been listening to it quite a bit. I like a lot of it. I think I like their previous stuff a little more. This is probably my least favorite of their most recent releases, but I need to keep spinning it, see what's going on. This is in Memphis too. Again, in Nashville, this would be like a $25, $30 wall record probably online. This is getting tough to find. It's Badfinger straight up, and a little bit of ring wear you can see, but you know, this is a cool classic rock 70s rock record. Just right up my alley. When I saw this, I freaked out a little bit because I paid like $5 for it there, and I was really happy. It's amazing when you travel to other cities and just prices can vary. You know, in Memphis, this was like $5. I'm really happy. This one we already had. This one I found recently for cheap also, and also a record getting expensive in my record stores. Unforgettable Fire by U2. Great stuff, you know, classic U2, Pride in the Name of Love on here. You know, MLK's the last track on here. This is just cool stuff. Classic U2. This is becoming a wall record in Nashville, so I found this for cheap at like a CD warehouse, I think. Paid less than 10 for it. Another one in Memphis, Queen, Sheer Heart Attack. This is one that I don't see very often. Pretty nice ring wear here, big ring wear, but the record's nice, and it was cheap. And Queen, didn't have it. Love it. Found this one at CD Warehouse locally also. It's U2. It's like an EP, Wide Awake in America. I don't really know the songs on this, but I'll be listening to it quite a bit in the future here. Love me some U2, especially the earlier stuff. This was kind of one of those anomalies. You're searching through the bins, the bins with just the regular bins that aren't recent arrivals. Generally, not gonna have the best stuff. They've been there for a while. They're picked through, but this was sitting there, and I was like, This is the one Zeppelin album I didn't have, and I saw it. And I picked it out, and it's absolutely mint. I mean, it's unbelievable, and it was very inexpensive, which I was surprised. I mean, usually Zeppelin stuff goes so quick and it's expensive. Look at that. I mean, it's incredible. Atlantic label, probably I think it was the original pressing. I think I looked it up. I mean, I didn't pay much for this at all. I love the inner sleeve on this too. Is great. Zeppelin really went all out with their packaging and everything. I love that. I can't get that in. There we go. But this is just a wonderful copy of Houses of the Holy. Classic Zeppelin. Just completed my Zeppelin collection. I have all their studio albums now. Oh yeah, I probably should comment on what's playing in the background right now. Now spinning, Destroyer, Kiss, in honor of Kiss being on the cover of Rolling Stone magazine for the first time in the band's history. I think it's their 40-year anniversary, I believe, 40 or 50. But I thought that was they'd never been on the cover. They've never been taken that serious by music journalists, and it's good that they're getting their due. It's a great article in Rolling Stone. If you have a chance, pick it up. Check it out. Next one that I didn't have, and just a classic that you kind of need, right? Cheap Thrills, Big Brother and the Holding Company. Iconic cover, unbelievable artwork. This one is absolutely mint as they come, perfect, and I paid for it. Kind of a record you see once in a while, but I mean, this copy is pristine. I was so happy when I saw it. I had to buy it, didn't have it. We have to buy them, right? That's what my girlfriend always tells me. You don't have to buy it, but you kind of do. Next one, a band out of Arizona that I really like. It's a band called Reuben's Accomplice. This is a newer record. This came out 3-4 years ago, probably 2-3 years ago, 2012. It's white vinyl. If you get a chance, check this band out. If you like kind of rock and roll, alternative stuff, white vinyl, kind of in the vein of like Jimmy Eat World, I would say. If you like that kind of stuff, it's kind of like that. Maybe a little softer, I want to say. It's like emotional rock and roll. It's good stuff. I like it. Here we go. On we go. Flying Burrito Brothers. I did not have any of their stuff, and I've been trying to get into them a lot, but I never see their stuff ever. And this is a 2-record set. It's a live LP, and it's a Dutch pressing, so I guess it's kind of rare. It's called Live in Amsterdam, Flying Burrito Brothers. But I've been trying to get into them, and I thought this would be a good starting point. Maybe a lot of their different songs are on here, and I do like it. It's pretty cool. Some more. Here we go. Some more Sly. Spun this one the other day. Fresh. Cool cover, too. Sly's just a cool dude. Just look at him. Just a cool dude. Funky. Great. I've been trying to complete my Sly collection. I've only got, I think, 3 of his records, so really happy about this. eBay purchase, online purchase. I've been trying to get one of these for semi-cheap for a while now, and this is Born to Run, the Half-Speed Master. CBS edition. It comes in like a clear inner sleeve. It's a pretty nice little package. The record itself, I didn't pay very much for it because it's not in the best condition. It's not mint, but it plays really nice, and it sounds great. Bruce's vocal, I would say, is pushed up in the mix here on this version. I think it's really clear. It comes through nice, and this is just, one of my favorite records of all time. So I've got like 4 different pressings of this now, so I'm really happy to have this one. Got here some Van Morrison, St. Dominic's Preview. This one I like a little more than the other one I just recently got. I forget what it is, but not as much as Moon Dance, but I do like this one. I love Van Morrison. I love the voice. It's just incredible to me, and the way his music sounds kind of organic and earthy and natural, and I love his stuff. Check him out. And this one comes with like a cool inner lyric sleeve. I'm going to go flip the record in a second. Alright, I'm back. Sorry. More stuff. I got these like recently. This was just a thing. If I see Detroit on an album cover, I get intrigued and I want to buy it. This one was the Platters, going back to Detroit, like a Motown type feel. 67. It's in mono. It's like $1. I thought, the cover's kind of cool. I'll go for it. And then one that I've been seeing quite a bit, and I finally pulled the trigger on, was the Temptations' Greatest Hits. I mean, everything on here, it's just awesome. The Way You Do the Things You Do, My Girl Ain't Too Proud to Beg, those are the first 3 songs. So, this one, I'm really excited to spin this a lot. You have a few people over, have some cocktails, throw on some Temptations. Can't go wrong there. How about a few more here? Online purchase, big Bruce guy. Found this online for not that expensive. It's a bootleg. It's Bruce live in Atlanta. And he tells some great stories on this record. I love listening to Bruce talk in between songs. Just great stuff. But this has got some of my favorite Bruce on it. Rosalita, Sandy's on there. East Beat Shuffle, Born to Run's on here. For You acoustic. So some cool live stuff. I think it's black vinyl. Yeah, so it's nothing special, but it's really cool. Online by band called The Format. This was recently released, re-released I should say, and this is like an unbelievable package. This is all die cut. It comes out, and it's a 2 LP set. It's on black vinyl. I missed out on the white, which was the first pressing, but this is a great, great record. 2006. I'd say very much in the vein of like Queen almost. It's very theatrical, orchestral, very theatrical. It's almost like a Broadway show meets rock and roll record, and it's just awesome. If you like that kind of stuff, a little different, check this out. This band, The Format, and then their lead singer went on to front the band Fun, and a lot of you probably know them. They've blown up. So this is a really cool record. If you get a chance, I think they're still selling these online. It's called Dog Problems, the album. And then I kind of went all over the place here. Another online buy, this is Green Day's 21st Century Breakdown. This is a giant, thick box set. I kept seeing this pop up, and I really wanted to get more Green Day stuff because I've seen them live 10 times, and I think Billy Joe puts on a great show, and the band does. And I really like their stuff, and I kind of grew up with it, so I've been trying to acquire everything, and this was part of it. It's a very thick, awesome package. 3 10-inch records. And then there's this huge book in here, so it's, it's super cool if you're a collector nerd like myself. It's really awesome. It comes with a CD too. This just looks awesome on the shelf. I've spun this a ton of times. Just crank it really loud. Cool record. Not quite American Idiot cool, but it's very cool. And I didn't pay very much for it. They're getting really expensive, so find your copy. Okay, then I went a little crazy. I went into a CD warehouse. And I decided I wanted all the Paul McCartney solo albums. I didn't have any. I have almost every Beatles solo album. And I wanted to get McCartney. I want to start with him for the solo stuff. Got a few George, got a few Johns, and went a little crazy. First cool thing I thought was something I'd never seen before. It's this Paul McCartney box set World Tour, it's called. And this is just bizarre. I'd never seen this. And it comes with a little Paul McCartney pin, and it's like a 3 LP set, yeah, and they're all on these like marble smoke clear vinyl, which is super cool. I couldn't believe it when I saw it. I was like, I'd never seen this before, and it's all McCartney, all live, and it's like the best of the best, like big time songs, bunch of Beatles songs. A bunch of his solo stuff. It's awesome, actually. The track list of this. Look this up online if you ever find it. Paul McCartney World Tour. They're not very cheap, and I think I paid. This is the most I paid for a used record in a long time. It's a set, and it's live boot. I paid a little more for it, but super cool. I'm a little sick. I apologize. But that one was just awesome to find, and I listened to it, and the sound quality is just kind of. It's not the best in the world. It's a bootleg. It's a little down in the mix. You can't hear as great as I would like, so it's not one I'd spin every time, but just collectability. It's cool to have. Okay, more Paul. How about Ram? I didn't have this really nice copy. I think this is the Apple copy. I ended up finding an Apple and I believe a Capitol copy of this, so got that finally. I've been looking for that forever. Uh, Band on the Run, Paul. I love both these records. Ran, Band on the Run. I spun these so much. I'm so happy that I've got all this Paul stuff. I can't believe what I was missing out on, actually. This is great, and they all have the original inserts, posters. Paul did some cool posters with the Wigs. Speed of Sound. I haven't spun that one very much, maybe once. A couple of Johns that I found actually out there. I got Double Fantasy, his last album before his death, with Yoko. This is actually a Mexican pressing, kind of unique, right? Thought it was kind of cool. I found this for cheap too. Been spending this quite a bit. John Lennon's Imagine, classic, great artwork there. Back to the Paul stuff. 1989 solo album, Paul McCartney, Flowers in the Jar. I've heard this is great, have not spun it yet. I'm very excited because I'm loving Paul's solo stuff. I'm really getting into it. Here's my other Ram. Again, really nice condition. I saw this, I'm starting to just buy them if I see them in great shape, even if I have one, just so I can have different pressings, or if someone else needs one in nice shape in the VC, I'll trade. Venus and Mars, man, I love this. This is awesome. I mean, this is a great rock and roll record. Venus and Mars, rock show. The first 2 or 3 songs, just love. Letting Go, I'm just really vibing on this one lately. Love it. Another copy of Band on the Run. Don't need to see that. This was by mistake. I do this occasionally. I need to have a list with me. Bought it, and then I bought it again 3 weeks later because I didn't remember that I bought it. And you got London Town, Paul. Again, this is really nice. And then Tug of War, Paul. So that's all the Paul McCartney. So I think I covered pretty much the must-have solo stuff. I'm still looking for more. Let me know what I need, Paul. I think I need his first one called McCartney. I need that one. I can't think of one off the top of my head that I really want, but I've got a lot of the basics covered. And then I found my absolute biggest find ever in a record store, and they didn't know what they had, which was unfortunate, and I didn't either until I got home. I didn't even inspect the record that great. And then I got home, I saw this copy, and it's super mint, and I was very happy to see it, because my copy's in shit condition, and the booklet's in bad condition. And this one, the whole booklet's intact, everything is in there, the record was mint, so I'm like, alright, I'll pony up. And I did not look very closely, but if you look at the binding, it's SMAL 2835. And then you look at the top there, SMAL 2835. Is that right? Or is this the wrong copy? I think I might have pulled the wrong copy. Yeah, this is a stereo copy. Lied completely. Alright. That's my crappy stereo copy that I was just talking about. This is the mint mono copy. It says mono right there at the bottom. And I didn't even notice it until I got back home. And I was so excited, and I looked them up online, and they're not very cheap. They're in the 50 to 100 range for the most part, and this is just super nice. It does have the cut hole, if you'll see that right there. So, kind of an issue, but you know what? I didn't pay much for this at all. They priced it just like a regular Magical Mystery Tour, and they missed it, and so did I, but I'm happy that they missed it, I guess. It's got the booklet, record's mint, original pressing, mono. Sounds amazing. I put it on. It's just so clear and vibrant. Love it. So that's kind of my big one the last couple months. I got very lucky with. I think I've done pretty well. I'm filling a lot of holes. I'm buying some new records, nothing crazy. It's much more satisfying to me to find an old, nice condition record, because for it to make it that many years in that condition is something that I really value. So I'll pay for it. I don't know what you guys think, but cheers to you guys. Sorry that was a long one. Good luck hunting out there, and I will see you guys next time. Cheers.